Hello everyone, I'm Dennys Wang with Sonic Mighty 8K, and in this video I'm going to test the hardware and software. So for the print result will be on the next video. Now this is what's included in the printer: the service warranty, the manual book, and I suggest that you read this first. Some gloves and funnel, metal scraper, plastic scraper, some sanding paper, 3-size Allen key, and then this is the flash disk, and this is the Wi-Fi adapter, and then 2 types of plug and the power supply. Sonic Mighty 8K has the usual orange clear acrylic, a very big touchscreen, and this is where the flash disk is. I have a slight crack here, probably from the shipping. And at the back of the printer, this is where the power plug is, the switch. I really wish this at the front of the printer. And this is for the Wi-Fi adapter, and this is for the LAN connection. And Sonic Mighty 8K has adjustable feet. The whole body is made from metal except for the cover, of course, so this is a very good material upgrade from Phrozen. It has dual rail with a new guide block. This is not the usual guide block that Phrozen uses, and it seems a much better quality. I hope it is a much better quality. And a regular anti-backlash nut here. And for the build plate, same as Mini 8K, it is very nice. The build plate comes in black color, and it has edge surface. And for your comparison here, this is Mini 8K build plate and this is Mighty 8K build plate. I'm curious, can this fit the build arm on Mighty 8K? Let's see, will it fit? Well, what do you know? It fits really nice. So, just in case you lost or damaged your Mighty 8K build plate and you happen to own Mini 8K in your arsenal, then you can use the build plate as a temporary replacement. Now for the entire lead screw here, this is the sensor and this is the camera, but unfortunately we are unable to test it now because the app will only be available on August. Now for the resin tank, it comes with the usual thumb screw, and it shows the max line here, 4 corner that can be used as funnel. Also with bolts that also act like the resin tank fit. Same with Mini 8K design, and it really helps when you place the resin tank on your desktop to avoid dust sticking to the FEP. And it also helps you to place the resin tank in the correct position. I never tune my FEP when I replace a new FEP, but I'm doing this for research purpose because people keep saying your FEP could fail if you install it too tight because you are not using any spacer. And honestly, I never use spacer at all when replace my FEP. And people said if you tune your FEP, your sweet spot is around 275 Hz up to 350 Hz. So this is a brand new FEP for Sonic Mighty 8K, which I just unboxed. Now let's check the tuning if you want. The peak is at 404 Hz and it's stabilized at 299. Okay, 299 stabilized, the highest peak is at 404 Hz. So is it a good range of frequency? I'm not sure. Only a test print will tell. Now look at the 2 screws here that hold the lead screw stepper motor. So with this design, I believe we have a damper inside. Now for the indicator test, move up 1 mm 4 times. Now back down 1 mm 4 times. Back to 0, very good. Now let's shake it up and down. Very good. Now from side to side. Okay, my whole desk is moving, but the dial is not moving at all. Very good. Just an additional information for everyone. If you ever wonder why do my print fails in some area but not in all area, or some areas showing overexposed and not in some area, and this is due to light is not uniform across the screen, and you have to compensate and balance your exposure to have a good print across your build plate. I could see a very faint light bleed at the bottom and over here, and also a very strong light bleed from the exhaust fan, but this is much better improvements in my opinion. Now it is 2 a.m. in the morning and it is time to check the noise level. Around 59 decibels to 61 decibels. What about the stepper motor? About 55 decibels. Man, this is amazingly quiet. Now let's try in a normal distance. Only about 48 decibel. So this is super quiet. And here as comparison, the noise level from room fan. This is the most exciting part for me, checking out the touchscreen. Now this is the USB, the file that you slice to your USB. You could copy into the local memory in the printer, and then when you click print, it could check your file. If you want to change the print parameter, you should pause it first before the build arm or the build plate reach the bottom. Now I have paused the progress, and here, this is the sign that you could change the print parameters or the print settings. Layer, other, the lift speed, the speed distance. Without that sign, you cannot change it. The rest time after retract or the light of delay. Okay, or in Lyche, it's called wait time. Now, let's check the function to check your file before print. I have prepared this file. I delete some of the mesh, so this model is not watertight. Let's see what will happen. I do not see anything happen. It just start printing. By the way, I'm doing a dry print, so nothing get printed. Okay, maybe the function is not fully optimized yet. Let's move on to the next. So this is the history of the file that you have been printed, your local file, and it's on your USB. Now this is the Z-axis control. This is to do the Z-axis calibration, and you have a in-screen instruction, and this is to move the build arm to the 0 height. And then after that, you could set new 0 height with this function here. I'm not setting the 0 height because I already set my printer. This is the fat cleaning. For the language, okay. System. You could change the name, the standby time, the volume. Okay. And the sound settings. Oh, you could change the tone. You could turn on and off the beep function, the file checker. I don't think it's fully functional yet. format of local file, and then hardware testing. You should do this when you get the printer for the first time. And it is very smooth. The quality feels like a real touch screen on your smartphone. Camera test on hardware testing. Well, it does work really well. Let's get to the network and sharing network. So I have connect to my local Wi-Fi and then open the sharing network, and you should copy the IP address. Just in case you don't know how to connect your PC to your Mighty 8K, here's how. Open network and internet settings. Your network status, is it public or private? And then open network and sharing centers. Change advanced sharing settings. Mine is on publics, and then turn on everything. If yours is on private, simply the same, turn on everything, and then save the changes. Now, open your network, type in your printer IP address with this backslash 192.168.1.6. And I will suggest that you pin to quick access. So you have it here, eMMC, and you have all your file of your printer local file. And if you want to copy to your printer, you can save directly to your printer local file, but I will suggest that you save it in your PC drive first. And then open the folder, copy, and then paste to your printer local file. And when you open your printer local file, you will find this new file ready to print. And the very last thing here, the remote control with the camera that has time-lapse function is still locked, and it will only be available in August. I really want to test this. We shall see in August. The error log, and then the printer info. Okay, that's it for the touchscreen and user interface. This is my very first print, the leveling tester and bottom exposure calibration. I am using 12 seconds. Now let's check the print result. The benefit of low bottom exposure. All objects are easy to remove. Print time in the printer shows 5 hours 54 minutes, and the remaining is 1 minute, but the progress is only 67%. And as it turns out, it took 8 hours 46 minutes to finish this stability torture test print, so there is a huge difference from what Chitu shows compared to what is in the printer. And let me show you why. This is TSMC on Phrozen Sonic Mini 8K. Look how smooth the transition from the slow speed to the faster speed. Slow and then faster. There is no delay or pause at all. Look at the TSMC movement of my T8K. During the slow speed to the fast speed transition, there is a delay or lag or pause. It's like about 0.5 seconds. It is not as smooth as on Sonic Mini 8K, so that 0.5 seconds, you calculate it by hundreds of thousands of layers that you are printing, and it quickly adds up to more print time. So in order to have a much more close print time in comparison from the slicer and the printer, I only use single speed now. I'm not using the two-stage movement control, and it has a closer print time from the slicer and printer. Another way to fix this time difference is use the print time compensation. So what you are input here in the software forecast time is what Chitubox shows, which is 5 hours, 55 minutes, and 3 seconds. And the actual print times, the total time span that shows in the printer is 8 hours and 46 minutes, and it is not showing the seconds, so we leave it at blank. And the layer count 3916, and then you click apply, and you have the correct layer print time compensation. And now when I slice it again, it will show a much closer print time compared to what is on the printer. I read some comment that wanting to know how fast this printer is. Well, I understand not everyone has experience with this kind of open source printer like Phrozen, Anycubic, Elegoo or Apex and etc. where you can adjust almost everything from layer height, exposure, uh, delay or rest time, lift distance and all and speed. I guess I will make another video for introducing Chitu and Lyche slicer for beginner and how to optimize your settings soon. But let me give a quick example. I have set several settings with different print speed. Let's start with 60 and slice this one. It takes 14 hours and 10 minutes and 17 seconds to print this stability torture test. The height is 78 millimeters, and this is how fast your print will go. And this is at 120. The print will take 9 hours, 49 minutes and 17 seconds. And this is at speed 300. Your print will take 7 hours, 12 minutes and 41 seconds. And this is at 400 millimeter per minute. It seems that the speed is locked at about 300 millimeter per minute. And other than that, you can play with the rest time in Chitu or wait time in Lyche. So it might take several videos to fully explain all the settings and show examples. And not to mention if you include the TSMC, the two-stage movement control. So I hope this answer your questions about the print speed of this printer. Well, in my opinion, by far, Sonic Mighty 8K with 300 millimeter per minute is the smoothest and quietest printer when running at this high speed. During my conversation with Maria, another user that already trying out Mighty 8K, if you slice with Lyche in the printer, the preview will show up like this. It's like a noise from a broken TV. But she told me it will print still fine. Only the 3D preview is going weird like this. And I hope just a firmware update will fix this preview issue. So thank you, Maria, for the information. What do you guys think so far for all the tests that I've done on Sonic Mighty 8K? Let me know in the comment section. And we have to wait until August to test this camera app on Sonic Mighty 8K for the live view and the time-lapse function. And stay tuned for the next video because there will be lots of print comparison to Sonic Mini 8K that you guys been asking. See you guys in the next video. Ciao. This is a real-time print for the bottom exposure. I'm doing a torture test for the Z tower build. Let me know if you guys notice anything weird. Well, I could tell that 12 seconds sticks very well. So if you're using maybe like more than 15, 20 or 30 seconds, you're going to have a lot of suction force. Even with 12 seconds, the suction is very strong. So let me know if you guys are noticing anything weird, but keep in your mind that this is a torture test. Thank you for becoming my patron.